morning, students. So, again we'll start with our third chapter, that is effects of British rule. And now today we'll study about dual government, parliamentary laws, civil services and military and police force. Yesterday we have seen about the establishment of the East India Company, British and Maratha, then subsidiary alliance, about Chhatrapati Pratap Singh. So today we will start that what was the effect of British rule in India, कि ब्रिटिश रूल का इफेक्ट हमारे इंडिया पे क्या हुआ. सो द इफेक्ट ऑफ ब्रिटिश रूल ऑन इंडिया वाज दैट द डुअल गवर्नमेंट सिस्टम वाज फॉर्म, पार्लियामेंट्री लॉज वर इनैक्टेड, civil services were started, and now there was military and police force to maintain the law and order. Now one by one we will go through all these topics. So dual government, as the name suggests, dual means double, twice. So what happened in this dual government? That Robert Clive in 1765, he introduced the dual government system in Bengal. Now what was the work of this dual government? The company undertook the work of revenue collection, whereas the Nawab of Bengal had to maintain law and order. This was known as the dual government system. That two officers were working at a time. Officers in the sense two working systems were there. As the name only suggests, dual means twice. Okay? Company, which company? The East India Company. It undertook the work of the revenue collection, कि जो भी tax collection होगा, जो भी revenue collect होगा, that will be done by the company. And whereas the Nawab of Bengal, he had to maintain law and order. He had to see whether the law and order, whether the discipline is maintained in a particular region or not. Now, the ill effects of the dual government war could be seen after certain time. Money in the form of taxes went into the pockets of the company. Now, what happened? That as the revenue was collected by company, so money which was collected in the form of the taxes, which was collected in the form of a revenue, was now in the pockets of the Britishers. The monopoly of trade in India was given to East India Company. That monopoly, monopoly मतलब single, एक का अधिकार. So व्यापार करने का अधिकार उस पूरे रीजन में तब किसको दिया गया? सिर्फ ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी को. And hence many trading companies in England envied them. The working system of the company in India received criticism in England, and British Parliament introduced some important laws to keep control over the company, and as a result the parliamentary laws were formed. According to the Regulating Act of 1773, the Bengal governor came to be known as the Governor General. According to this act, Lord Warren Hastings became the Governor General of India. He got the right to control the policies of Mumbai and Madras provinces. That according to this act, according to the Parliamentary Act, Lord Warren Hastings, he got the right, उनको ये अधिकार मिला गया कि अब वो यहाँ से बैठे बैठे ही मुंबई और मद्रास प्रोविंसेस के ऊपर जो है देखरेख कर सकते हैं. Now, a committee of 4 members was set up to assist him. That to assist him, to help Lord Warren Hastings, a committee was set up which was of 4 members. Then, in 1784, Pitt's India Act was passed. The act provided for appointment of a permanent board of council for better regulation and management of affairs of the East India Company. कि 1784 में जो पिट्स इंडिया एक्ट पास किया गया और इस एक्ट के तहत एक बोर्ड ऑफ काउंसिल जो है अपॉइंट किए गए ताकि वो जो है मैनेजमेंट और रेगुलेशन जो भी अफेयर है, जो भी ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी कर रही है, उसका पूरा का पूरा मैनेजमेंट देख सके. देन In 1833, in 1813, 1833 and 1853, new laws were passed by the parliament to make certain changes in the working of the company. In this way, they revolved an indirect control of the British government on the administration of East India Company. With the emergence of British rule, a new administrative system got developed in India, that is civil services, military, police force and judicial system. They became the main pillars of administration in India, and as a result, civil services were started in India. Now, what was the need of the civil service? To strengthen the British rule in India, there was a need of bureaucrats. Bureaucrats means officers. Lord Cornwallis introduced bureaucracy. Now, what is the meaning of bureaucracy? Bureaucracy, it is just an organization that is complex with multi-layered systems and processes. Civil services became now an important part of the British government. He restricted the private trade carried out by the company officers, and for this purpose he increased their salary. That the company officers, they used to carry out the private trade and they used to earn a profit. So the British government, they restricted their trade, and instead of that they have increased their officers' salary. Now, for the convenience of administration, he divided the British occupied territories into districts. The district collector was the chief of district administration. He was responsible for collection of revenue, giving justice, maintaining law and order, and now the officers were appointed through competitive examinations known as Indian Civil Services, like we do today, ICS. So now the officers were appointed through this competitive exam so that they can look after all the process, all the management which was going on there. Then came military and police force. That military, and what was the need of the military and police force? So, the military and police force was there to safeguard the British occupied regions in India. That the duty of the military was to safeguard. What to safeguard? The British. That whatever regions the British has occupied in India, now this military will look after that. Military will safeguard that. It was a duty of the military forces. Now, the duty of military was to safeguard the British occupied regions in India, then acquire new territories and break down any revolt against the British in India. That again, whatever is happening, whatever they are planning about the British force, they have to break down that revolt. This was also the work of military force. And to maintain law and order, to maintain discipline, to maintain law and order in the country was the duty of the police force. Then came judicial system. The British established a new judicial system in India on the basis of judicial system in England. That at that time, the judicial system which was prevailing in England, on the basis of that, the British introduced the judicial system in India. Every district had a civil and criminal court to solve the local cases. For reconsideration of their judgment, a high court was now established by the British government. So, this was all the effects of the British rule on India which we have seen today. There are more topics which we will cover tomorrow. Thank you.